So we finally get a chance to sit down and interview Velo, the maestro.
That's me.
What's going on, man?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Look, just grinding, working as hard as I can out here, enjoying what I do, man. Living life, man. Taking care of my family.
1000 Entertainment been waiting to interview you for a while.
No doubt, no doubt.
Outside looking in for individuals, artists, people, let them know who you are, where you started at, give them a little bit information about your background.
Yeah, sure. I go by Velo the Maestro. I come from Washington, Louisiana, I always had a passion and a desire for entertainment, music, being a businessman, an entrepreneur. You know, when I first pretty much got in the game, you know, of entertainment, I really just hit the ground running. You know, I really didn't, at the time, I didn't know a whole lot about the business, but I was interested in doing it. So I actually started out managing Chi-Chi from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, before you go too far, like kind of give us a roundabout, like who Chi-Chi, explain who that artist is, and you know, maybe a hit that they had or songs that y'all worked on.
Well,
and what year was this?
That was like 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in 2011.
And how did y'all meet?
It was in Magic City in Atlanta.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and from that point on, I started managing her. I managed stuff for maybe about 6 months, and you know, from there we done a lot of business together. I got her a role on Love and Hip Hop actually at the time, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
So you actually got an artist a role on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta?
Yeah, I sure did, man. What happened was though, she the role that they gave her, she turned it down. You know, she didn't want to do the role. You know, and that to me, you know, I worked really hard to get the role, and I was just a little disappointed, you know, that it happened that way. But you know, I knew what I was, at that point I knew what I was capable of, just really getting in the industry, knowing what it's about and just doing it.
So did she accept the role, or she turned it down and then she went back to do it, or?
No, she turned it down and then she didn't return to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, she just, you know, I don't know, man. She didn't want it.
Okay, so moving forward from that artist, what's next? What happened after that?
Well, at that point in time after that, I got into music myself. You know, I started a record label called State to State Entertainment. You know, it was me and quite a few individuals from my hometown, Washington, Louisiana. You know,
that group that you had, they had some pretty big major artists as well that y'all did features with, correct?
Yeah.
Like tell me some of the artists that y'all worked with when you was with that group. And some of the hits.
Yeah, sure. We had a track called No Lenses. You know what I'm saying? It was real popular. It actually made it to MTV2, the video.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, like, I found out, like, a lot of people was like, man, the video playing on, you know, MTV2 on the countdown. I was like, what? Like, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. We had No Lenses, man, and you know, we rode for a good few years. It was a nice run.
Didn't y'all also have like songs with, like I was asking before, like a major artist, or didn't y'all have some big features?
Yeah.
Who were they?
We did tracks with Kevin Gates.
Okay, what's the name of that?
It's called. It was actually we had man, it was so many, bro. It was so many. We had Club Vibing.
Okay.
You know, let me see. We had Level, track with Level.
Okay.
Called Make It Clap.
Okay.
Stuff like that. It's quite a few artists.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Moving forward, okay, you start off with this artist called Chi-Chi, correct?
Yeah.
Then from Chi-Chi, you started your own record label, State to State Entertainment.
Sure.
So which y'all was a group. Okay, what happens next?
Yeah, at that point, you know, we ran it for a couple years, and then I wanted to venture off into, you know, my own career. You know, just me. I ended up venturing off, and you know, it was a whole different world for me, man.
Okay, let me ask you this: was it more difficult to venture off and do your own independent thing, or it was much easier when you was part of a group and CEO as well?
Be honest with you, I find that it was more easier when I was in the group.
Okay.
Because it was quite a few people involved. You know, it was, you know, we had artists, we had business people. It was quite a few people involved. You
Right.
know, and at the time, I wasn't really that much, you know, into, you know, being an artist. You know, I might do a track here, a track there, but it wasn't nothing like I was heavy with it. You know, we had our artists. And it just was a lot of other people involved. So when I went on my own, it was kind of like I transitioned into really doing everything myself.
So me following you, even from knowing you from when you had the group up until being an independent artist, looked like you just kind of took off when you went on your own. Like, you know, you started making more dynamic moves.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Well, you see, yeah, the part of that was like, kind of, you know, when we started that label, you know, it was like everybody was learning.
Right.
You know, we was really all learning, and we all had just got into it pretty fresh, like on that level. We all was learning, so we over time we was still kind of figuring it out as we was going along, you know. So when I went on my own, you know, it's like I just had a lot of time to try to just think and figure it out, you know, on my own. Like I had to think a lot about what the move I was gonna make, how I was gonna do it, this and that. So it was real tough, you know, in the beginning, because I mean I had to figure everything out on my own. But like, man, things just started happening, bro. You know, I started traveling a lot, going different places, meeting different people, doing different things. And it was, you know, it was a different experience, man. It was a different animal.
I think I even called you like a couple of days ago, and I was like, man, not everybody can get a picture with Ric Flair. You know, like a lot of people in WWE and wrestling like really look up to Ric Flair.
Yeah, man.
You know, not everyone can do that. Like I know a lot of very, very wealthy people that do not have a picture of Ric Flair. And you know, I see a lot of other different artists and different moguls that's in the industry that you do have pictures with. Like, kind of explain like how some of those things happen. Like how you be in the right place at the right time, or is it knowing the right people?
Yeah, well, like a lot of it is like having the connections and knowing like the right people, man, you know, and putting yourself in the position, you know, like you literally have to sit down and like figure out what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it. That's the main thing. Like you gotta figure out your routine, because like you can't be like everybody else. You gotta develop your own routine. You gotta be different. And it's like just, you know, I'm like, man, like I wanna get into more and more things, you know, to do more and more things, meet more and more people. So I put myself in these positions, having the connections, knowing the people, knowing where to go, when to be there. That's what it's about, man.
So some of these individuals that you meet, like these moguls, do you ever discuss business with them at times?
Always, man. Always. I let them know who I am. I let them know what I do. I let them know that, you know, I started from nothing, you know, to actually being in their face right now, having that conversation with them.
I know you get a lot of kids or a lot of younger people. I can really say like you might be the breath of fresh air of like seeing is believing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, and to start that off is like a lot of people didn't believe, you know, in me in the beginning. There was a lot of people that didn't believe, a lot of people that didn't think that I would get the success that I got right now to this point. You know, it was like a lot of people didn't expect it. And like, you know, for me, like now to, you know, just be considered what I am, you know what I'm saying, and to do what I've done, and like have people come up to me, man, Vito the Maestro, you know, man, we appreciate what you're doing, man, we got much respect for you, you know, like that means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? And you know, coming from Washington, Louisiana, that's a small town, you know, I love it. I love my city, I love Old Town, and it's like I'm letting everybody know, like, you can do something, put your mind to it. Like, I see the respect level that went to another level. You know what I'm saying?
So also with all the support that you're getting from all over, different states, different cultures,
True.
different groups of people, how do you handle the hate?
Oh man, I mean, like in the beginning, it was real frustrating because I'd be like, well, how in the world, like, you know, a person can just be so hateful and jealous of somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And it bothered me a lot in the beginning, but then eventually I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's life. Like, if you an entertainer and doing something in the public eye, you're gonna have different opinions. You're gonna have critics. You're gonna have people that 1 minute like you. You're gonna have people that 1 minute that hate you. So I developed an understanding of realizing how to handle that. Like, you just keep doing you, keep doing your thing. Appreciate the love, appreciate the hate. That's how I go.
Was there ever a point where you said, I'm gonna quit rapping?
It was some times that I felt like I wanted to stop. You know, when I felt like I got to a certain point and I felt like I'm not going to go no further than that. Like, I've gotten to that point before, you know, and it got frustrating sometimes, you know, but it's just that you just got to keep pushing yourself. You got to push. And you got to always have in your mind that you're going to keep trying, you're going to keep giving it a shot until there's nothing left. I've had that, but I'm not doing that no more.
So,
Good.
outside looking in, I've been kind of hearing, I ain't gonna say where I'm from, but like you've been working on your A&R skills as well.
Correct.
So like, what's your whole movement with that?
Well, you know, I mean, I got a degree in business management, a bachelor's degree. I always been well-rounded with business, you know, and I just feel like the stuff that I know now, like the things that I can do, like, I want to be able to give back to other artists and other individuals and help their career out as well. Because there's a lot of people that contact me about, you know, certain things and certain connections that I might have, certain things that I might know.